Hey, good evening, everybody. This is DJ VERM live. We took a decision of doing a minute kickdown. That was really good. So, how you doing, everybody? DJ VERM here, live
Good.
on
Okay,
our...
you got the lights going.
Yeah, I got the lights. I told you I get the lights going. So, DJ VERM here, live on Just Pure Talk. Yes,
You look Chinese-eyed.
I do?
Have you been smoking the reefer?
No. No, sometimes my eyes, I took off my glasses. That's what happens. Even if I don't need glasses to see, a lot. So I'm just going to put here. There we go. Just Pure Talk. So how you doing, AKAI?
I'm trying to get other people to join us. One of the guys we started out radio with. Yeah. And he's like, what you doing? I says, doing a radio show. You want to come in? And he goes, like, right now? I says, yeah, right now. It's a talk show. And he's like, I'm at work, man. Maybe next week. So we'll see if we can get him in here.
So that's who?
Peterson.
Okay, Peterson. Okay. Oh, he couldn't hop in. He's not a guy that's spontaneous. I don't know him as a
he's at work.
Person.
He's at work right now, though.
Oh, okay. So if he's at work, for sure he can. Okay,
Yeah.
Good. Love it. Yeah. And you have someone new on the show also, yeah. So anything with our other brother that usually is,
haven't heard a word. I've been busy all day, so I've been making pemmican all day.
Okay.
So if you don't know what pemmican is, it's dried meat and hard fat, like kidney fat or suet or tallow, whatever you guys call it. There's different names from around the world, and if you take 1 pound of dried powdered meat and then you add a pound of fat to it, and then it's pretty good stuff. And then it's called pemmican. It's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. In fact, I think the oldest batch of pemmican they ever found was like 400 years old, and it was still edible.
Whoa. That's crazy.
It's good stuff. A lot of these guys nowadays, they put like blueberries and nuts and sugars and all kinds of that stuff in the pemmican to make it more palatable to our more modern taste buds. But
No, sorry, and that's what they're saying now, that we're not supposed to be putting any sugar anymore because sugar is bad for the health.
Well, yeah, and I can understand using natural sugars, but natural sugars they don't store well. They store well, but they don't store long term well. Like, I could literally take this pemmican, I have it vacuum packed, I could put it downstairs in my basement for 20 years, and 20 years from now open it and eat it, it would be just fine.
Crazy.
Yeah, because the fat seals up the meat from getting any oxygen or anything like that. And then I got it in a vacuum-proof bag. They used to store it in rawhide bags. So when they would kill these buffalo, they would dry out the meat, take the kidney fat, render it down, then powder the meat up. They just air dried the meat. They didn't salt it or anything like that. Just air dried it.
Okay.
Pounded it with smooth rocks until it was a powder, and then they would take that fat and they would usually mix it in a 1-to-1 ratio. So 1 pound of fat to 1 pound of meat type thing, dried meat. And then stuff it into these about 40-pound rawhide bags. And that's what they would sell to the Hudson Bay Company and stuff like that for trappers and stuff to take out on their thing. So they get it's a provision that it just lasts. You could will this stuff down. It lasts so long.
God, so that would be good. That would be good if we would have difficulties with the planet, just to make it be polite.
Yeah, and I made mine. I made mine after a Southwest Indians design.
Okay.
So we have these little peppers that grow wild down here in the south of the United States, little pepperquin peppers. They're absolutely delightful. They're about 50 to 100,000 Scoville.
Okay.
And you can look up the Scoville chart, but jalapeno is like 8,000, you know. So they pack a pretty good punk, but it's a really quick heat. So like you can eat it and boom, you taste the heat and then it dies off. It's got a really good flavor, smoky, kind of chipotle-y. Chipotle is probably the wrong word to use, but it's a smoky flavor, and it's just really good tasting flavor. And the peppers are, I don't have any left, but they're literally like that big.
Oh God. Yeah.
Little tiny guys.
Yeah.
And so yeah. So
wow.
So the original recipe is just meat and fat, and then they started putting these chilies in there, which made the first chili. You could say the original OG chili. So, because when you take that pemmican, one of the ways you eat it is you make it into a rube or rubo or something. I forget what they call it. But you take it and you put it in a pan and you heat it up. And then you can add, water or hardtack or flour or cornmeal to it, or, other vegetables, and make like a stew or a soup. And so now you've got this spicy pemmican and it looks like chili, like chili con carne.
Oh.
But in a bar. I should go grab a bar. I'll bring a bar over here. Let me go grab some bars. I'll be right back.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be seeing what AKAI he's talking about his bar. I want to say hi to everybody. I know some people are on the air right now listening to us. So, hello, and we're pleased to have you aboard. Sorry, I lost my words right there. So we're pleased to have you aboard. I don't know if we have Ragnar tonight. We usually have also Samurai that's on the air. I have no chat, nothing. So I just want to say hi to them. There are regular guests. And yes, my lights in the back. I told AKAI that I would, play one night with the lights. So I should show you guys a showcase that I do. But.
Okay, so I made two different styles of pemmican, and I did one with freeze-dried meat and one with air-dried meat.
Okay.
And so this is the freeze-dried meat.
Oh. Okay.
Still kind of got that reddish color because all the hemoglobin in the blood hasn't oxidized because it's been freeze-dried.
Okay.
It also takes a lot more fat to make this into pemmican. It's very hard, compact. It will maintain its hardness because of the type of fat that's being used. It's kidney fat. And then you got the dried meat pemmican. So this is the layer of fat that's on top.
Okay.
And see how it's kind of got that reddish tinge to it? And that's the chili that's in there.
Oh.
The chili powder from all those little piquito, or I can't forget what starts with piquin peppers. And then it actually turns the meat kind of reddish.
There we go. Summer, hi, everybody.
And so this is about 4-ounce bar, and this is about 700 calories.
Okay.
So it's a very nutrients dense food. So like today, we did a test run. We put some of this stuff in a pan, broke it up, got it to where it starts to fry the dried meat stuff, and then added in 2 cups of rice and stirred the rice in there. So the fat and all the chili powder, pepper, and all that gets all on the rice. And then you eat it. Oh my God. So good. So good. It's poutine level good. And if you've ever had poutine that's good, it's at a whole new level. But so I made 12 pounds of pemmican today, which is a lot.
Okay.
So
12 pounds of pemmican. Is that how you say it?
Yep,
Pemmican?
Yep.
Okay.
You know what? The other thing I was looking for, I was like, The steel is out with the flu. So if anybody's in the area, would like to take him a rectal thermometer and treat him. He doesn't need any lubricant. He's been in the Army.
Is steel in the area? Oh
no! Oh no! I heard something. What is this?
Yeah, truck 73.
Oh yeah, but
does he still have the link?
I don't know.
Wait, I'm looking.
So it's very exciting. Now I got it all over the kitchen counter, and I've got to get it boxed up and put away before my wife gets home.
Yeah.
Because we know what happens if you don't do that.
So, AKAI, tonight I was sitting on the couch, looking at my phone, looking at the apps, looking at the situation of what's going on with these phones and stuff like that. So I said, tonight, you know what? We're going to talk about it. Oh. There we go.
Boy, he's out sick, huh?
Yeah, and you probably shouldn't be doing this while you're driving.
Well, hands-free, I'm legal as hell.
Yeah.
Okay, well, ladies and gents, we got, yeah.
You may be cutting this transmission short.
Just continue looking at the road.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. Okay, buddy. I'm just messing with you. Hey, wait.
My legal standards, as long as I'm not holding the phone, I have my headset on, I am legal.
You're totally right. That's okay. Anyways, I see a lot of truckers, they stream a lot. Who do we have? We had a friend that used to stream. He was doing his rides. What was his name?
Can't remember.
I think he was in the top. He was a trucker. What he'd do, he would put a cam, and every time he would go, his whole route was streaming, and he was talking with his people. Yeah, that's crazy. So you shaved, hey? You're so different.
Yeah, I cleaned up.
Yeah, I can see that. So we were talking about before you hopped in. We were saying that we wanted to talk, tonight. I wanted to have a couple of strategic topics that we all know about, because I was sitting on the couch and I was looking at my phone. I was saying, how much time do we waste? How much time does the phones take over our life?
It's ruining the world.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're all on the net. You're on your phone, that's for sure. You're not on your phone, but I mean, you're using your phone. Sorry, I should be saying not on the phone, but using your phone. And you know, I was sitting down and I was going, and then I lift my eyes, I see my wife on her phone, I see my two kids on the phone. So I go, the whole family's on the phone. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I gotta, you know, when you take the phone away from the kid, it's like trying to pull teeth. It almost becomes violent, you know, from these younger children. When you take their electronic devices away, they're like, "Oh my God, you've just ruined my life." No,
Yeah.
you know, we're gonna take it away.
But it has become more and more addictive.
Well, yeah, it's addicting. That they designed it to be addicting.
Well, I reminds me of one time I was out in Youngstown, Ohio. I was at PA, sitting at the bar. Usually when you sit at the bar at the restaurant, you know, you want to have a conversation. And the guy walks, sit down. I said, hello to him, and then like a couple minutes. Hello. He looked at me and he says, "You're not my Facebook friend. I don't want to talk to you." It's like, huh?
Okay.
I'm like, wow.
You're not my Facebook friend. See, that's another thing. And that's where I was going afterwards. I was going for the apps. Going for everything that we got. Facebook, how people have been inconvenient and people are wondering why everything is going wrong.
Well, I told you that years ago that I don't use Facebook unless I absolutely have to.
No, but I'm talking. Yeah, but I'm talking every freaking app. I'm talking about Twitter.
You can't,
sorry, I
you
should
can't
say
sign in to a game.
Yeah,
Some of these games now you can't sign into unless your social media is hooked up to them.
you're totally right.
Or you're online. It's not like the old game you used to play where you can be offline, and if you want to go online to play another person, you can go online. Now they want you to always be online. It's like,
Yeah, and that's with all other games that we got. Other games that we got that we go
Even
online.
single player games.
Yeah. It's everything is now online. The cloud system has taken over. We're having the AI taken over slowly, and now we have the cloud. Well, the cloud's already taken over. I mean,
AI is already taken over.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been watching it. I'm a YouTube fan. So YouTube, I know we have our channel, but I am a YouTube fan. I'm like mainly all the time on YouTube looking at all these documents and stuff and finance and whatever. That's another thing. Learning this. Old mansions being abandoned. It's crazy.
Crazy amount of money out there that's just been abandoned in this world.
Yeah, and I'm looking at that too.
There is that one up in Canada that was owned by the guy that ran the big wood company up
there. Exactly. On the side of the water.
Side of the lake. Beautiful, gorgeous home. Gorgeous, millions of dollars.
Yeah, I think
it's just like rotting.
$80 million, I think.
Just rotting.
And it's still not finished.
Just rotting. Well, now it's got all the water damage because the dryers aren't on in the houseboat area, which is inside the house. You know, the roof never got finished all the way, so there's all the stuff where it's leaking, and it's like, oh man, what a nightmare.
Yeah, and I've been watching a lot of that, but I seen that one. You're right, and it had a nice pool, all that. The guy was from the company Woods.
Yeah, and he built it in the town where he grew up, or something like that.
Yeah, and he bought that, and I think the city was going to sell it for something like really ridiculous.
Oh, cheap.
But I mean, they can't do nothing with it. They have to rip it down.
Yep.
Because everything's rotten. It's like, you're buying it more for the land. It's crazy.
Yeah, but how much is the demolition going to cost you? Million.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
$1 million demolition job.
That's why they don't even want to demolish it. They want to give it to someone so they could pay. It's crazy. But I've been seeing
one hell of bonfire.
Yeah, but then you still got to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Well, you're less than tearing it down.
Yeah, but you can't burn it down. It's on the edge of the water. Then they'll get you for contaminating the water.
Yeah. You're right. But
so
how many buildings, how many mansions, how many? I mean, I've been watching these shows with these young kids.
They're all over the place, supposedly.
Hey, all over they have things. There's a village.
There's one I pass when I go up into the mountains. It's on a trail. There's this property. It's got a double garage, beautiful house. It's got beautiful out property on it. I have never, ever seen anybody physically occupy that space in 30 years. Seriously. And they've done stuff like on the garage doors to keep people out of the garages. They've actually cut holes in the garages and then wrap train around the garage doors and the pillars to stop people from trying to open the garages.
Jeez.
Okay.
So, and it's a beautiful place. And it's not maintained. It's not cared for. It just sits there.
It does. And some of them have been, they're all furnished. Everything is in the house. Everything, books, everything. And you're going, wow, but some people are go to prison and stuff like that. But I mean, don't they have a family?
Not that could take care of it. We had a client that, you know, he was fairly young and passed away. There was no other family members except for like a cousin, like way removed, you know, that inherited everything.
Okay.
You know, this cousin's not from here. Here he's inheriting $1 million home, you know, millions of dollars in the bank. Hardly knows this guy. Hardly knows, you know, he's down here visiting. Like I you know, it's a blessing. I'm very thankful. He goes, but I have no idea who this dude really is.
Okay.
But he gets to inherit everything because he's the closest in the family line to get it.
It probably blew him away too when he found out.
And you know, there's one there where I just saw one this today in the California mountains. A big mansion that it used to be that owned by a producer.
Oh yeah, there's lots of those. There's a historical mansion that was owned by the Nazi Party before World War II.
Okay. That's
over in California. That's basically abandoned and they just gets trashed all the time. But
that's a lot. That's a lot of millions.
And it just sits there because nobody wants it.
You know, probably was stipulated to it.
Yeah.
You
Nobody can afford it.
Nobody's going to want to buy, you know, that property because of what's attached to that property.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you get these properties where, you know, it was some serial killer or something like that. Nobody wants that property. Nobody wants to buy it. Nobody's going to buy somebody's remote cabin where they, you know, built bombs, you know.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Exactly.
It's like murder, people that really got murdered, you know, it's like, and nowadays you have to watch out for the squatters now, too. You know, it seems like they'll take any opportunity to grab anything to get hold of.
Crazy. Yeah. But you know, going back, a lot of things are going on in the net. A lot of things. And what about the apps? I want to go back to the apps.
Oh, they're super addictive, but they're meant to be addictive. They're meant to get you sucked in. They're meant to get you these, you know, purchases. You know, instead of like when you signed up for a game or you bought a game, you know, now all these in-app purchases, which will bleed you dry. They will nickel dime you, $5 here, $10 there. And next thing you know, you spend over $100, $200 on that game in a year, if not more.
Oh yeah.
There's a guy that spent, I think, to be outpowered. I think he spent like $33,000 in a couple of years.
Well, I know how much you spent on games. You've spent a lot on games.
We're not talking about them games. We're talking
same
microtransactions.
It's the same kind of thing. It's a microtransaction. Yeah, you just keep plugging away at it, and you know, $1 here, $2 there, $5 there, and next thing you know, you're either going to hit it big, or in the same way with the online gambling apps. You know, online casino apps, online poker apps.
Yeah, you know? That's another thing. Yeah. You know, they give you the free stuff, and then suddenly you want to make money, and then you get into that and you ruin yourself. So,
and guys end up spending, you know, $4,000 or $5,000 a month on it.
Yeah, until they spend their house.
Yep.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what changed. I mean, and then you're wondering, why is anybody communicating anymore? See, we're doing it right now. We're communicating through our platform. But I mean, at the end of the day, in real life, people are starting to hate each other. There's no more respect. I don't want to say that. Yeah. I don't want to say that the planet. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's the apps are taking away personal skills of pretty much everybody, and you know, and the parents are not stepping saying, hey, you need to have interaction skills. If you take away the interaction skills, going out and meeting people, allowing your kids to go out and have fun and meeting other people, you take away that interaction skills and you end up having people that don't know how to interact with each other.
Yeah, but people aren't going to interact anymore. You're not letting your kids walk home from school anymore. You're not letting your kids go to the park anymore. You're not letting your kids play in the neighborhood anymore. You know?
No, you're totally right on that. People want to keep them in the house. They're so scared.
Well,
I
yeah.
mean, see, I'm going to tell you this. Yeah, I'm going to tell you this. And we have good people on our street. Okay, so
on your street. What about the next street?
Yeah, but there's a. Give me a sec. I'll tell you. But you know, I'm at the age that my kids are all older. You know, 21 and 24. So I mean, you know, they're adults now. So, but you know, in the main street where I live, there's a lot of children. So we got a community, like a kind of a person that has petitioned to have our street as a legal street for children. It's new. So they're locked out at 30. At a certain hour, the cars are not allowed to be on the road, so the kids can play hockey, and it's all legal. So, and there's all these things on the road saying children.
No.
Yeah, no, I know, but look at this. I signed for it because I want to help out the young kids. I'm happy. I signed for it. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. So I signed for it because we're allowed to park. I have my driveway and stuff.
What happens when you need to leave?
No, but you're allowed to leave. You know, it's the reason why that, you know, they don't lock it up. But I mean, the thing that I've witnessed, I've been telling my wife for so long, is since they've passed that, and then the municipality has accepted it and has named the road a children's playground. Every time I come home, I've never seen no children on the road. Every time I come back home, I always tell my wife, "Oh, look at all those children."
You know, it's because our parents told us not to play in the street.
I know, but it's not only that. It goes back to what we were telling each other at the beginning of the show. The apps, the phones, the gaming. Kids don't want to go out anymore.
My kid talks to other kids on his phone. He probably has more talk time with certain kids, certain friends, than I ever did growing up.
Okay.
They talk to him in school, and as soon as they get home and they get done with their homework, then they're on their phones talking to each other and playing games or playing Roblox or doing whatever. Or sometimes they just sit there and they just talk.
And that's good.
Okay.
You don't have a personal interaction, I think.
Yeah, they can have that personal interaction, which I'm fine with. But and they have a group call type thing. It's kind of like a group Discord, but I forget where they do it, through like Facebook Messenger for kids or something like that. But yeah.
But
sometimes trying to get him peeled off of that is a struggle.
Totally. But
Dad, I'm playing with my friends.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care. It's time to go do stuff in the garage, and it's time to go load the truck, and it's time to go do this, and it's time to make supper, and you know, you're gonna help if you want to eat.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't want to be the old fart saying all this. I just want to let the people know that we have to go back into communication, mingling with each other. There's a lot.
I make him help me with supper now at night.
Yeah.
You know, that way I could talk to him and how's it going, and you know, maybe he'll learn a life skill.
Yeah. My boys do supper. My boys once in a while, they'll catch up. They'll go, "Okay, we're doing supper tonight."
Well, when my daughter went to college, and this is 4 or 5 years ago when she went to college, right?
Yeah.
There were kids in her dorm that have never done laundry, didn't know how to use a washer and dryer, didn't know how to clean because their mommy and daddies always picked up after them,
Okay.
and didn't know how to cook a can of ravioli,
Okay.
let alone use the microwave. And I mean, these are kids that are 18 to 20 years old going to college. And I'm not talking like going to like a college. I'm talking like going to like MIT level colleges,
Okay.
you know, which is the college that she went to, was kind of an MIT style level college. And these kids couldn't operate a washing machine.
Wow.
That's bad.
No,
The
but
lack
that's
of
it.
common sense was mind blowing.
So it comes to the conclusion of easy to argue, but hard to.
Now, my daughter was never happy with the way I brought her up. She was always mad at me because I was hard on her. I made it difficult. You know, I went out there and made her change her own tire on her car. So she know how to do it.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a favor you done.
you know, you walk in the house and somebody attacks you. What do? You know,
Yeah.
teach them some self-defense. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Totally with.
and you could ask her. There has been times where she has walked in the house and out of the shadows has reached Dad. Hooah! What now?
Do this. Do this. Yeah. Yeah. No, but you're totally right. I'm okay because my two boys are black black belts in karate. You know, with that.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with their defense. They know better than me to defend now.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the stuff that, you know, kids just don't know. They don't learn. They don't, you know, how do I balance my checkbook thing? I mean, I remember doing the balancing the checkbook thing in junior high. It was part of like home economics or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh no. Well, you know, and I don't, you know, like I said, I don't want to be a woke. I don't want to be whatever they call us now. But there's a lot of stuff.
Well, it wouldn't be woke. That's for sure.
Okay, what's a woke?
I don't know.
You explain that one, bro.
Woke to me is kind of like a liberal ideology of people who have no common sense. They will tell you something is racist and terrible and blah blah blah, but they're doing the exact same thing that racists do. They have the same ideology as Nazis. They have the same ideology as, you know, white supremacists, except they're just inserting their favorite genre in there.
Yeah, their point of view. Yeah.
Their point of view, and nothing is holier than their point of view, and that's what they do. And then they try to make you feel bad for thinking that, you know, you should be more inclusive or whatever, but they're being just as exclusive with the other groups. You know, they'll say one group has more privilege than the other. Well, it's not true.
Oh no. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please join our YouTube channel. Hit the
Like and
bell.
subscribe.
Like, give us some comments. And what do you think about the cell phones? Hey, just write it down. Write it down in the comment box. We read our comments. So
I also have another thing that kind of just irks me. So, a pharmaceutical company that doesn't want to be named unanticipated product to petunias is now that they glow in the dark. They have genetically modified petunias so they glow in the dark.
Okay.
Leave the plants alone.
I can understand
Before
growing
you
more.
create something that is so toxic and non-removable and we don't stand a chance against. I mean, they've already produced corn that produces a pesticide at a level that's illegal for me to spray at because it's so toxic. But yet the plant can naturally produce it, and that's fine at a level that's dangerous for humans. That's what happens when you get into all this genetically modified corns and stuff like that. A lot of them are producing their own pesticides now, and they're not as nutritionally dense as the original food.
Do we have that? Do we have that here? I don't think so. I don't think they modify here.
Well, and it all depends on what level of modifications we're doing to be considered genetically modified. But there's foods that just, where you would have X number of calories and X number of minerals and blah, 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 and it was healthy to eat. Well, now you're eating it and it's a bunch of empty calories.
I can understand modifying something to produce more or have a natural disease-free growth, or like low water,
but what's that disease-free create? What is it producing now to be disease-free?
Well, I know, like potatoes, you have to wait 30 days before you can eat them. The pesticides they use. When you buy them, you get them.
Yeah. So if I buy potatoes that are grown on a national farm and shipped somewhere, they have to sit 30 days before I can eat them, so the pesticides can off-gas off the potatoes.
Okay.
That's ridiculous, dude. What are you spraying on my potatoes? Do I want to know what you're spraying on my potatoes?
I don't know.
What's the long-term effects? You want to know why there's an uptick in cancer? Why there's an uptick in all these diseases in the world? It's because of the crap we're spraying on our food. It's because of how we process our food.
Yeah.
Well, no, nowadays more people are eating more processed food than they are cooking it themselves. Everybody's grabbing what's fast, easy, and go. They're not cooking it like it used to.
The original fast food.
Processed food. No,
the original fast food, buddy. Eat it anywhere. Eat it on the go. Eat it on the run. Eat it late at night. Stays good forever.
You know what I'm talking about, like McDonald's, Burger King, all these.
But you're better off eating this.
Yeah.
Well, for
and
sure.
This is just meat and fat. But the fat that I put in here is grass-fed, grain-finished, non-GMO. And so it contains all your vitamins and nutrients and lipozanes and all that stuff and enzymes that help break down fat in your body that'll actually help you get thinner. Odd that fat can actually make you thinner. Look it up. It can't happen.
It's true.
It is true.
If you eat just that.
Well, no. I mean, you got to do things that are in proportions. But the other thing, too, is portion control. Here's the fat kid calling the kettle black. I like food.
Oh.
I do.
Oh, man, do I like food. Oh, my God. But So now I got to watch my portion control, which I've been doing. Got to watch what you eat. But when you get around family and all that stuff, then then the temptation to DoorDash or go grab something quick and fast, it's there. It's convenient.
DoorDash.
Delivery app where you can order stuff from restaurants and they'll bring it to you.
Yeah, DoorDash. Ain't that a popular app? That and Uber Eats.
Uber Eats and DoorDash.
Publicity now.
Yeah, but I mean, when have you ever been sitting there on a Friday night or a Saturday night and you're like, man, I'm hungry, but I don't want to get up and cook? We just Uber eat that stuff in. We'll have, before you had delivery pizza, that was it. Remember back in the day, Verm, where you could get a delivered pizza and that was it?
Yeah, exactly.
That was the only delivery that you were getting.
Unless you go down there and pick it up yourself.
Yeah, but that's not a delivery now, is it?
No, it is. But I'm just only saying is where the only option you have is going down and picking up yourself.
Yeah, but if you're going to get delivered, your options were pretty limited to whatever was getting delivered. It was either Japanese food or pizza.
There weren't many Japanese places that delivered.
Huh?
There weren't many Japanese places, I can remember that delivered.
Yeah, I do remember them all the time.
Are you talking about Japanese sushi or are you talking about like Chinese?
Chinese, Japanese restaurants.
Yeah, because us here, it's a lot of Chinese restaurants. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll deliver, just like a pizza place will.
Yeah. Have a special wonton soup for you. Yeah.
Yep.
I had that. Remember that being delivered in when I was down in Huntington Point in New York City. Had Chinese delivered right to the truck.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah. They actually went around because at Huntington Point there's you got the produce section, you got the meat section, and you have the seafood section. And I was in the meat section, and they got a little knock, and there was a menu stuck in my door. I rolled down the window, grabbed it, and he said, "We'll deliver to your truck."
Oh, wow.
So,
Crazy.
called them up, ordered, they showed up, paid them. Next thing you know, they win. It's the best Chinese I've ever had.
So, this I got a question for you. Truck Sam. Does DoorDash deliver to your truck?
Yes. As long as I'm at a physical address and I put down hey, let's call, find out where I'm at in the parking lot, like I'm at a truck stop. And they will deliver. I've done it at businesses and all that.
Okay. So, because it's true, you're right. If you're parked at a warehouse or whatever, they have a physical address, so you can program it on your phone. So.
Yep.
And then
I always put down. Go ahead. Verm?
Yeah. Sorry.
The only thing I usually do is put down, I'm a truck driver, must call to find out where I'm at.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Okay. So you do put I'm a truck driver and I'm in a parking lot in the back, or whatever, wherever you are.
I usually put down truck driver, must call to find out where I'm at. That's the simplest way of doing it.
Oh, okay. It's good. Oh, so crazy. I mean, technology today, that's a useful app. See? That's a useful app.
Yeah. Because a lot of these truck stops, a lot of places we stop at, they're getting rid of the restaurant and they're going to fast food or like Subway, and it's like, come on. I need more than this. I can't stand eating Subway 7 days a week.
Yeah, Subway sandwiches. Yeah, you're totally
Why not?
right. I mean, well,
Jared
I mean,
did. He lost weight.
who?
So Jared did, and he lost weight.
I don't even go there.
Yeah. Then he went on to diddle little kids.
He went on to what?
What?
Remember
What?
Jared from Subway, the guy that lost all the weight by eating Subway sandwiches?
Yeah.
Yeah. He ate Subway like every day.
Mhm.
That's what they made
Yeah,
it sound like, because it was a low fat option. And then I believe he ended up getting busted for pedophilia.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
he did. Yeah. You know, because he had the problem before he got doing commercials, but when he started rolling in the money, you look it up on YouTube, and literally there's a documentary on what he did and how outrageous he started making that money. And like when Subway found out about it, it's like, holy bucket!
Yeah,
Oh, so that's
allegations of Foley having inappropriate relations with minors began in 2007, but did not gain traction until 2015 when the FBI undercover that had a child pornography from an associate pleading guilty to child sex tourism and child pornography charges the same year was sentenced to 15 years and 8 months in federal prison.
Whoa. So now he's selling Subway in prison.
No. Somebody's
Subway
giving him,
stepped away
somebody's
from
giving
there.
him the foot long.
Yeah. Oh God. Can't believe it.
That's if he lives
Oh.
long enough. Because once they,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows what he gets busted for. I mean, come on, it's national news.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. Wow.
Well, my understanding, they actually have special jails for them.
You know, there's guys that go to prison that have lifetime sentences, and if they find out you're a child pedo, they will kill you. They don't care. I'm here for life. What are you going to do to me? Lock me up for another 30 years? I'm already here for 100.
That's for sure.
And I don't feel sad for the. They should give him time off his sentence for killing the child molester.
Yeah. Yeah. We're giving you a couple of years back.
In
Oh,
fact,
God.
give me your commissary code because I want to give you some money.
Yes, exactly. Oh God. So
Why did I
crazy,
get this
ladies
extra
and
$100 on my commissary? You whacked a pedo. We're proud of you.
gentlemen. Yeah.
Bro,
What?
I don't think we should be talking about that on the.
you get a little outrageous, bro.
No, I'm serious. Screw him.
Bro, calm down.
No, not coming down.
Okay.
Don't forget, we are on YouTube.
I don't care. YouTube's gonna
Oh.
put a black mark on me because I don't agree with pedophilia. Okay,
No.
whoopee.
No,
You know,
no.
They don't deal with Mr. Einstein either, whatever his name is, or Chuck Schumer, where they got him kissing little girls that look like they're 9 years old. All these little pedos need to go to jail. And then you got, let's talk about the big boy in the room, P. Diddy. Have you been following the P. Diddy thing?
Who's that?
It's that
A
big
rapper.
rapper that owns a music label here in the States. And everybody knew he was a freak. They didn't really know how much of a freak he was. And
Okay.
he groomed Justin Bieber. He groomed a bunch of other people. He, if you wouldn't do things with him, then your career wouldn't go anywhere. Oh yeah. And the FBI just raided his house, arrested his kids.
His kids.
Oh, his kids are in it too.
Yeah.
Damn.
He fled the country.
He did?
Yeah.
Can't believe this. Camel
bet you
eaters
in about
thing,
5 or 10 years, he'll come back and be, you know, it's like, oh, I didn't do nothing. I'm all clear and all that. You know, if you got money, you can pretty much almost get away with anything, almost, unless it's really bad.
So he must have fled in a southern country somewhere.
I don't know where he's at right now. Where?
Well, mainly like all the people that do something wrong. What's that place? No, it's not Costa Rica. What's the place? It's an island. Is it the Dominican Republic?
Is on the Caribbean island of Antigua.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's in the. See, I told you, he's in the south. He's in Caribbean island. Yeah.
Probably where there's no extradition.
Homes in Miami and in Los Angeles were both raided last week. He's accused of sexual misconduct and alleged trafficking.
Really? Didn't know about that part.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's see what
I heard about the other things, but I didn't hear about that one.
Oh, that's crazy. Eh? That's. No, I'm not for it. I'm not for it myself. So.
Well, and he did all these nasty things. I mean, if you read the interviews and read the people he talked to, who's that one? There's another rapper. I think it's a rapper. His name's Cat. Is it Cat? That keeps busting these people out. He's like, yep, P. Diddy's involved. Oprah's involved, supposedly.
What?
Oh, yeah. You just got to go. Cat Williams, I believe is the guy's name. And Cat Williams is calling out all these actors and talk show people and P. Diddy. And he's like, hey, this is the year of truth. Chickens are coming home to roost. You know, and he's calling out all these high level people.
Okay.
That'd be amazing. I never thought of Oprah.
Yeah. Yep. Oprah, and there's a whole bunch of people that are on the list.
Now, they turn out to be true. Oh, man.
Well, they're saying, you know, not Chris Rock, but who's that short actor?
Are you talking the one that's in Twin? With the short one, the older guy? Are you talking about?
No.
He's talking about he's not African. What is he?
Yeah, he is.
Is he African?
Yeah.
He's an African actor. I'm trying to remember his name.
He's short. He's a short guy. He's very popular. Yeah, comedian. And he's supposedly involved. Who was the guy that slapped
Will Smith?
Will Smith. Supposedly he's involved in this stuff too. Yeah, and all this stuff is coming out. Cat Williams is like calling all these people out, saying that they're involved.
Involved in what?
That's
sex trafficking,
really
grooming of young kids. You know.
Well, I've read something, and I'm totally saying it that I've read it somewhere. I read that Will Smith's more into men now.
Huh?
What?
Him and P. Diddy.
Well, I've read this thing. It's not me. I'm not saying anything. I read it.
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
this is getting complicated. It is getting complicated. Is it what's true, what's not true?
But how do these people get away with doing all this stuff?
Yeah.
And then they get swept under the rug when people find out.
Money.
You know,
Money.
and it's just like this Epstein stuff.
Oh,
you know, where she's in jail basically for her protection.
Yeah.
Nobody's been charged. The lists have never been released. The government has all the tapes of all these people doing this stuff to kids, and they're not going after people. They're not charging people.
You know why?
It's because they'll have dirt on these people for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. Sorry. I think
Bill Clinton and other politicians were involved, and
Bill Gates.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
There's so much people involved.
So many
in the
rich
public-
people involved.
Yeah, in the public world. A little bit like what you were telling me they were eating fetus. What were you telling me the other day? And I think you said.
Oh, they're like, there's the
Oil?
whole adrenochrome thing where they're like harvesting young children for their blood and organs, and you know, I don't know how much of it you can believe or not.
Yeah, but we can't, I mean, technically, it could be conspirational or whatever they call it there.
Conspiracy theory or whatever you want to call it.
Conspiracy theory. I mean,
But you know what, Verm? In the last couple years, what has conspiracy theories taught us, though? You thought I was an outright loon for like 2 years. You could say it, buddy. You could say it. I probably sounded crazy as all hell to you and to a lot of other people out there. I was definitely the yin to the yang when we were doing the whole C word things. And then slowly over time, what happened? Everything I was saying that was a conspiracy theory and crazy started being true. And more of that stuff just came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but and you're right. You're right. There's some stuff coming out that's true, but you know what is the percentage of people saying crap?
Oh,
you know,
yeah, who knows?
I'll give you an example. We just got the eclipse. You know, we got the eclipse, and there's already conspiracy theories and people coming out saying that is going to cause the end of the world. That's going to cause the wars to this. Well, that's what they were going like all over the place with that. And I'm
let's do some history diving here. So, like, I have some friends that are fairly spiritual, and some are Native American, and
so Satan took it over the
Navajo, and they literally said they would not go outside that entire day.
Well,
because they said something is wrong, and whatever energy is being put off by this eclipse, we are not supposed to be out there to see it.
I didn't go out.
But
it's not because of religion.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I don't mess up my eyes.
It's like, to me, it's something where I see one, I don't need to see another one. You know, if see it, I'd like to go out and see one. Yeah. But, you know, you see one, it's like, you see it all. I see one over and over. You know, I'm like, what we do?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm like you. I seen it once. I mean, my sons haven't seen it. There's a lot of people that haven't seen it, and I understand everybody's curious. But I mean, you know, I stayed in. I watched TV. You know, I looked at it on TV. All the people going crazy. So, but I mean, going back to my conspirational thing there, the people, they were saying all this nonsense. And, you know, I've seen a lot of movies where if that happens, it's the time where, God and Satan fight to try to take over the damn freaking planet. It's
who knows what it is?
No, I know, but come on. I mean, people,
how many times has it happened in the last billion years? Millions and billion years this planet's been here. How many times has it happened? And we're still here.
It's not millions and billions of years, but
hey, fish haven't fallen from the sky, okay?
Yet.
And if we look at
fish have rained from the sky.
Yeah, I know. Yep. Where?
They have.
All over the world.
Okay.
This is an actual natural phenomenon that actually happens.
Yeah, but I mean, did it happen
tornadoes
because...
and hurricanes.
Yeah.
Hurricanes and tornadoes. And they get stuck up, and they fall, 20, 30, 50 miles away.
Yeah.
And all that.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I meant like, I've been, I mean, I got my little part of being religious without going to church.
Downpour of fish is a phenomenon that has occurred yearly for more than a century.
Okay.
In Euro Honduras, where fish are said to fall from the sky, it occurs up to 4 times a year.
But it's not because of the religion. It's not because of religious. It's not because of God.
Well, I don't know why.
No,
could
but
be
it must
because
be
of
like,
God.
It must be like Truck said. I mean, it must be like, it's like something like, tornadoes take it over and, they just drop some point. I understand that part.
Maybe it is God.
Oh, maybe it is.
Maybe when there is no explanation, it's God. And
But,
just take it for what it is. Don't roll your eyes.
Yeah. But, I mean,
Just because you're an atheist and you don't believe, don't hold it against other people that do believe.
God. Well, you believe in what you believe in.
Whoa, hold on a second. Did you just get offended? Did you just get offended?
Who?
Because somebody said something about God?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then don't roll your eyes at people when they're trying to explain other people's religions.
Who's offended?
It's freedom of speech.
He's offended. It is freedom of religion. It is freedom of religion. But have some self-respect and respect other people's religions. They're not shoving it down your throat.
No.
So don't shove yours down theirs. And when you roll your eyes and you're being disrespectful, hold on. When you roll your eyes and you're being disrespectful, you're not only being disrespectful to us, but you're being disrespectful to everybody else out there. All I'm asking you is to be careful with that.
Well, yeah, sure. On especially when we're streaming. Yeah. Especially, we got to make sure we're not hitting religion. We all have our different opinions.
Yeah.
And I understand. Yeah. And I understand. And
you know what? And maybe for some people in Honduras where this happens, it's a religious thing for them.
Oh, that's for sure. I'm sure, because that's how they are.
But it's not the only place it happens. It's happened in Texas. It's happened,
Yeah.
But when you call somebody an atheist, that could be a little offending too. So.
Well, okay,
It's happened. It happened in Australia in February 2023. So there's all kinds of reasons why fish fall from the skies. And from these pictures, these ain't small fish.
Well, you know what? It's more easier to fish if they fall into your boat.
Maybe they're Asian carp.
It's like, what is it? The Mississippi River? Which river that, you could go with your boat and the fish like jump? There's a river in the States.
The Asian carp. The Asian carp.
Is it Asian carp? Is it the flying
Asian
fish?
carp. It's all. Well, flying fish will do it too, but Asian carp, you'll actually scare them out of the water.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's a state, because I seen a show where they were in the United States, and I'm trying to remember if it's Mississippi or maybe somewhere else. And they were going with the boat, and the fish were jumping out of the water, and so much they were jumping, they were all ending up in the boat. They didn't even eat the fish.
Yeah, that's that Asian carp on the Missouri River.
Missouri, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Missouri, no, Mississippi.
Species. They're trying to get them. I think they're
It's on the Mississippi River. But they're worried about them getting them into the Great Lakes. And they say once they hit the Great Lakes, it's game over for a lot of native species.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because they just breed so fast.
They actually put up electric barricades to keep them out of the Great Lakes. I remember watching a documentary about that.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to have to watch on that. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, already that time, 1:05. Man, we gave a 5 minutes bonus, and we started early.
Which is a miracle.
From my part. That's why I'm playing the discotheque in the back. So, ladies and gents, thank you very much. Truck, again, thank you very much for being on the air. And Sam, like usual. And ladies and gentlemen, see us next week, like usual.